Okay, Keir, a massive 3 points here at the South Bank, a 1-0 win against Worcester Raiders, third in the table. First of all, can you please sum up just how delighted you are with that performance?
Yeah, goes with anything that we've done this season, I think. One of the best sides in the league, Worcester Raiders. To then keep a clean sheet against them without Sam Jepson, normal number one club captain, Mark Cooper, new signing Alex Hallett. Yeah, couldn't be prouder of everyone's efforts today. I think there's a really good crowd here today as well. I think that the guys that have been coming to watch any of my sides over the years, those are the ones, those performances you'll get from one of my sides. Had to soak it up, suck it up at times, be hard to beat, be horrible to play against, and hopefully have that little bit of magic, that little bit of quality to pick them off that we did, and then to sit in and protect what we had. I think the biggest difference now with the Corsham Town side that you're looking at today against one of the favourites to go up is the changes you could make from the bench. You think that once we went 1-0 up, Neeks came off, Callum came off, and then George Peer and Mally came on to give us fresh legs, and those sorts of changes we haven't been able to make across the course of the whole season, and now I feel the squad's in such a good place that no matter what 11 that I pick, always give me like a proper return for their efforts. And yeah, that will go up there with anything we've done this season. 1-0 at home to Worcester Raiders, and just goes to show sort of what form we're in at the moment. Obviously we had that League Cup where we made 10-11 changes midweek just to give boys breaks and things like that, and then it's obviously paid off because the fresher guys today, Keatsy, Nath, Leon, who all rested in the week. It was much the perfect decision, So it's justified is the word I was looking for. Justified. So it's one of those days where, yeah, it was not one for the purist. You probably didn't enjoy it as much as the 5-0 at home to Westfields and the 6-1 at Lydney. But they get you the same points return, and a really gutsy display. Really, really proud of everyone who pulled on the Corsham shirt today.
Both teams cancelled each other out in the first half, and it was always going to take a bit of magic from either team to get the 3 points. Nico Plummer coming through with the winner for us. Just how important is he now he's become our number 9?
Yeah, that's what he does. He scores goals. I can remember time and time again when I was Melksham manager, we'd win home and away 1-0, and you'd see Plummer on the score sheet, and he's been doing the same since he's come here. So yeah, he was massive for us today. And the supporting act behind him is just as good. I think Dan Demkiff's again probably as good as anything that we've seen at the South Bank now for years. I've only been here for 3, but every single time he gets the ball, he's so exciting. He's just in the most unbelievable form. Every single time he got it, he took someone on, set up Neeks for the goal, sat a defender down. Creativity whenever he gets it was great, and it was great to have Callum back to full fitness today as well. I think that front three, I spoke to you after the Westfields one and the Lydney one, that front three is as good as anything. So to get them all out there again together, fit, firing, 1-0 win home to Worcester Raiders, fantastic.
I know Nickel got the winner, but I would say we won the game with our defensive display. It was fantastic towards the end, especially when they put 4 or 5 up front. In another season, without our number 1 keeper and Mark Cooper and even Alex Hallett, we would have really struggled to have come away with anything. And yet today it was absolutely superb performance from our back line. Is that something you agree with?
Yeah, agree completely. In seasons gone by, you miss Coops and your number 1 were scratching around. So obviously Kent Calpenham's come in outstanding today, clean sheet. Looked like he'd been with us all season, commanded his box, was massive presence, pulled off a really, really big save early on. And then James Rusby's partnered Sean Keats at centre half today. Both fullbacks are outstanding. Swanee and Leon, like ever present for me since we've become this Corsham Town side that's hard to beat. They play 40-50 games a season, and they always produce 7, 8, 9s out of 10. But I think someone who probably goes under the radar this season is how important Keatsy's been. Start of the season, there may be question marks over his fitness and his match sharpness and things like that, and he found himself out the side early on in the season. I feel like once we've sort of gone into the winter months, like, he is massive, like first name on the team sheet for me at the moment, and he was colossal again today. I think he picked up MOM in the Brixham game, and he was just a monster again back there today. So, all the plaudits when you win 1-0 against a top 3 side go to your back line, but every single player to a man. Swanee was exceptional again. Unlucky his long range effort didn't cross the line in the first half. Nath, Hobbsy and Smeds worked tirelessly. Great fitness levels and energy, and you get more pleasure as a manager winning a game like that than you do in anything else. So absolutely delighted with that. And then we dust ourselves down. The most important thing for me now is I said to the boys after there, you're going to get the same 3 points away midweek Brimscombe Wednesday night. So not to follow that unbelievable performance up with something that's not worthwhile for Corsham. So it needs to be taken as seriously as any. And it's a really, really horrible place to go midweek, and they're a side that can beat anyone on their day. I know they're probably not in the best of form, but they're a side that can beat absolutely anyone in their league, and obviously consistency's cost them a little bit this year, but a side that I'm always fearful of. You remember come here last year when they beat us 4-1, and something like that can happen at any time if you underprepare and get a bit complacent. So that would be my biggest warning to the boys going into Wednesday night.
Is the win today against third in the league a statement to the rest of the division for our intentions to push for promotion?
Yeah, I think so. I think you want to be in the chasing pack, but obviously you look at Cribs, every single time they play, they win, So I think they're going to be obviously clear favourites to go up now and run away a bit, and rightly so. They're by far the best, most well-organised team in the division. In every single, I don't even bother checking their results anymore because I just assume they're going to win. They never lose. The ones that we would love to catch is Malvern, because we can still play them at home. So the most annoying thing is you almost feel like you're getting punished for success in the Vaz, because we've got like 8 games behind Malvern now. It's going to be a huge task, in any other season to catch up 8 games and to win them all to go, joint second is almost impossible. But we'll keep doing it. We'll just keep trying until mathematically it's not possible anymore. So loads to look forward to at Corsham, but that win there honestly means more to me than any of the Vaz wins against Deal and Brixham and whatever else, because that there shows that we are a proper team and we're not just like a cup side that turn up for big games. We are a proper side that grinds out and grafts through games against top opposition, and that was such a pleasing afternoon of football for me.
We're going to be Saturday, Tuesday, I think, for the rest of the season. I think we've got 15, 16 games left. Is that bad for you, like to look after players, or is that going to be good to keep up momentum?
I think a bit of both. Like, obviously, we'll have to make changes for Wednesday, just because there'll be players that are carrying knocks that come off today. They might not be available to go away Wednesday night, but that's the whole point of the squad. They've got to trust me. Like I say, I have conversations with everybody. Anytime I'm leaving anyone out or I make changes, I'll give them my reason. I'll communicate with them, and they'll know the situation. So obviously there was a really strong bench today, and it will be needed to then change things up going into Wednesday night. So Saturday, Tuesday, or Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, Tuesday. When the ball's rolling well for you, and you want to keep up momentum, I think that's really a really enjoyable run that you can do. When we start to carry 2 or 3 injuries, 2 or 3 suspensions, and people are unavailable, then that's sometimes a worry. But you think how well we've dealt with no Mark Cooper, no Alex Hallett, and your number 1 all season Sam Jepson today against one of the best teams in the league. There's nothing to fear for us. The only people that can damage our promotion hopes, title hopes, FA Vaz hopes is ourselves. If we drop below our standards, and I'll do everything I can with Chrissy and Gilly to ensure that doesn't happen.
I'm not too sure who won man of the match today. Difficult question given just how good everyone was, but did you have a personal man of the match?
Honestly, that's one of the most complete team performances I've seen. I think based on like attacking ability, you probably give it to Dan Demkiff. Defensively, all over the show today, it was tremendous. Like Keatsy was monstrous, Ruz was superb, Kent pulled off some big saves, Leon and Swanee superb. In the middle of the park, Nath, Hobbsy and Smeds exceptional. Then you change it and bring George on, who works tirelessly for 20 minutes. Mally comes on and shuts up shop in front of Leon to give us that shell and that shape. It's such a complete team performance today that I wouldn't be able to pick anyone out that as my favourite today, or I thought that stood out, because that there is the most perfect team performance. So yeah, I wouldn't give it to anyone today. That's one of my proudest victories in a long, long time.